Hey there, I am Brooke. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will enjoy your time here. Maybe think about subscribing. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back. I love you so much. You guys are awesome. Today's video is going to be just a tiny bit different. I don't know what's different for this channel, honestly. Everything's different. But today I want to talk about I quit smoking weed and literally got my life together. In a world where weed is everywhere and it is glamorized and becoming legal everywhere, well, not everywhere, it's becoming more legal. It can seem like, why quit or why not smoke it? And unpopular opinion, weed is very much a drug. It is very much addictive and it can be very much destructive. So in the event that you are someone who feels like you are wasting your life smoking pot, this video might be for you. Just saying. I want to say I have been like the Snoop Dogg of my social circle forever. I have been a just diehard stoner for like 25 years. Seriously, I started smoking when I was 14, and over the course of then until now, it just got to a point where I was smoking more and more and more and more and more. For the last few years, like, I was just smoking because I needed to smoke it. Like, it was just, I needed it to sleep. I needed it to eat. I needed to smoke before I left the house, when I got home from someplace, before I went to bed, before I ate, after I ate. Like, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I am sorry. Fix that. When I woke up, like... Okay, off note. Like, the fact that people can just bust through your Do Not Disturb is literally bullshit, in my opinion. But anyways. Where was I? See, this is why I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's such a distraction. Anyways, I smoked all the time. I smoked all the time and never was really high. Like, you couldn't tell if I had just smoked or if I hadn't smoked, other than maybe my mood, because not smoking definitely put me in a mood. It got old. All my money went to weed. All my time went to weed. And that sounds really dramatic, but when you think about, like, my person that I was getting it from lives 45 minutes away from me. And it was really hard for me to find someone closer by. And plus, I already had somebody, so why do that? So each time I wanted to get some, I would drive 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back. And do you know how much gas fucking costs right now? A lot. And so there's the hour and a half just in travel each time I wanted it. And then there's just, I don't know what you smoke. Or if you smoke. And if you don't smoke, this video is probably not for you. Maybe unless you know somebody that smokes. But anyways, like, the time it takes to roll a blunt and then smoke the blunt is literally like another hour. And it became kind of a thing where, like, we would just sit at the table and smoke, like, all day. And that's so unfair to the people that live in my house. And I am sorry to them. I genuinely am. At the end of this video, I also want to talk about, like, if you are someone who is recovering from any kind of addiction, we'll save that to the end. Anyways, I smoked so much that when I would tell people that I was going to quit, it was like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Or if I told people that I had quit, it was like, well, let me know when you start again, or things like that. Nobody had faith because I had done the I'm going to quit so many times, so many times. And I wanted to quit, but I would convince myself that I needed it. And I was addicted, like, wholeheartedly addicted. And every time I would try to quit, obviously sleep is disrupted. Eating is hard when you quit because you rely on weed to fuel your appetite. Did I say that right? To fuel your appetite. But I had gotten to a point where I still wasn't eating, even when I smoked. And that was my sign to quit. And while it's only been just under a month, it has been completely different. I'm doing great. And my life has changed dramatically for the better, and I don't think I will ever go back. For, saving gas and saving time are just a couple of things. It turns out I have tons of money when I don't smoke. I have been able to redecorate my room. I have bought all kinds of cool, fun stuff for my grandkids. I take my daughter out that doesn't get out of the house much, like once a week, to go eat lunch and pick up stuff at Walmart and things like that. And it's not even just that I didn't have the money before, which I didn't, but I also didn't care to do it, which is really, really sad. I would put off everything, things that I really wanted to do, I would put off to smoke, and then I would lose interest and not do them. And that sucks. I would convince myself that I was better at things because I smoked, and I wasn't. I wasn't nicer because I smoked. I wasn't more fun because I smoked. I wasn't anything because I smoked other than a giant pothead, and I didn't want to be that anymore. I don't want to be the huge stoner anymore. And I feel like pot smokers are a cult. And, people, when someone says, hey, I'm going to stop doing, like heroin or, crack, everyone's like, oh my God, that's awesome. Yes, quit. But if it's like, I want to quit smoking pot or I want to quit drinking, people are like, why? And I don't understand it because, again, so destructive. It can be so destructive. And I know that there are plenty of people out there that it's not destructive and it doesn't take over your life, and that's awesome. But for a lot of people, it does, and it is. And it kind of becomes your identity, and that sucks. Who actually wants that, Nobody. So anyways, since I quit smoking, I have returned to a regular workout schedule. I am taking care of myself better because I really wasn't before. I have managed to stay on top of other things like dishes. I spend way more time with my family, way more time with my grandson and my granddaughter. I'm enjoying life way more. If you have been thinking about quitting and you think it's going to be a drag, or, that people aren't going to want to be around you anymore, I just want to let you know that those people suck and you should quit if you are thinking about it. This isn't to say that I'm telling the world to quit smoking pot, because I'm not. You do what you want to do. I am just saying that for me, I was heavily addicted, and for the first time ever, I am not. I don't know how else to say it other than, I literally quit smoking weed and I got my life together. And bro, I'm 41 and I've been smoking it since I was 14. That's a lot of time wasted. And if you don't think that weed is affecting your life in any way, then, I implore you to take a more objective look at it, because I think that people just don't do that. I think that people just, they don't look at it the same way as other drugs, especially now that, places are legalizing it. I went to the movies last Sunday in, across the border in New York, and it just, everywhere you go smells like weed. And I think that sucks. I don't have a hard time with smelling it or grabbing it for somebody else, things like that. Things that in the past would have definitely triggered me, and it's going fine. There are still people in my house that smoke. They just do it in their own area. You can obviously still smell it, but it's not in your face all the time, and that's pleasant. Also, this is just a little PSA as somebody who has been on the receiving end of addiction. Like, yes, I've been addicted, not just to pot. I have gone through addictions with other things as well. I have been addicted to alcohol, and I have been addicted to pills. And those are both things that I've given up, quite a while ago. Pills especially, that's been years. But on the other side of addiction is like people that just kind of dealt with you in your addiction. And especially when you like quit drinking or like something like super mind altering, which maybe you don't think alcohol is, but it is. Like a lot of alcoholics don't remember the things that they did that upset people around them back when they were drinking. And when the person on the other side, me for example, will bring up something to that person that they used to do, to the person who has recovered, it feels like a slap in the face. And like you're being held back, you're being like maybe I'm just being mean. Like, but that's not the case. And I want you to know that if you are recovering from like alcoholism or any other, addiction, and someone that loved you through that addiction is bringing up something from the past that happened during that time, that is not because they are angry. Well, I mean, maybe they might be angry, but generally speaking, it is because whatever they're bringing up is still hurting them. And maybe it's something that, even though you don't remember it, that you should apologize for. And that's not to say like, I don't even remember that, or, I was a drunk, sorry. Like, that's not an apology, and that doesn't make the situation any better. Like, I think, like, it's really hurtful. Like, it's really, especially if you've been with somebody for, a really long time, and let's say they were an alcoholic for, 10 years. That's a lot of years and a lot of hurt to accumulate to never be really sorry for. And not being able to remember isn't good enough, because the people that weren't alcoholics, they don't have a choice but to remember. They remember all of it. And it can feel like, even though you're not an alcoholic anymore, like those hurts are still there. They still happened. And saying, I was a drunk, I don't remember, I'm sorry, like, isn't the same thing as being like, wow, that's fucked up. I'm really sorry that happened. I don't really have any excuse for myself, but I'm trying to be better. That's a huge difference. I just really wanted to say that, because a lot of times when people are recovering, they don't want to hear anything about what they did to cause people like pain and suffering while they were addicted. They don't want to deal with it. And I understand it's painful. But the person that is bringing it up not only had to deal with it back then, but they have been carrying it this whole time all the way to now. And it is being re-brought up because it still hurts. And if you don't truly with your heart address that, it's going to continue to hurt. Like, that person is just hurt. And I just wanted to say that, because I deal with that a lot. And I think there's a lot of other people that deal with it too. And we can't just sweep that under the rug. And the reason that this is tied in to this video is because I definitely kept smoking weed for a really long time to keep myself numb and not have to deal with the reality of things that upset me. Because for me, pot kept me very, very level. It kept me right here. There was never like a real low, but there's also never those really, really great highs where, you're laughing and having a really great time. People think like that weed just makes you lighter and everything's more funny and all that shit. And it's true when you first start smoking it. It's true. Rice-A-Roni is funny when you start smoking weed, whatever. But, 10 years later, it's just a mood stabilizer and things aren't funny and it sucks. So now that I've quit smoking, I'm trying to address not only pain that I've caused to people, What I'm trying to address pain caused to me by people in their former addictions that have simply never been addressed. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks for them and it sucks for me, but it needs to happen, because without someone accounting for that hurt, you just stay hurt. And nobody wants that. That sucks, right? Right. I think I've said what I need to say. If you are thinking about quitting smoking weed, you should. I am not a professional. I am literally nobody. I am just a chick on YouTube. That's it. But just speaking from experience, this video might be a mess. And if it is, I'm really sorry. I should write stuff down, but I never do. So just winging it and trying to remember the things that I wanted to say. Probably miss stuff. I usually do. If you are just here for head shaving stuff, check back next week. Got something fun planned. I am very excited to shave my head. Honestly, I can't believe that in my head this is long, but this is long. It pokes my neck and shit. I hate it. I literally hate it. But yeah, next week's video will be a head shaving video. I hope that you have had a really great week, and I hope that you have a great week moving forward. And to the people that reach out to me through email and on Instagram, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you. And to the men who try to get pictures and stuff, no. And also to the men who compliment me and then I don't respond the way they think I should respond, talk to somebody else then. Sorry, whatever. I don't know what to say. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. That's just kind of how it is. I hope you have a great week. I hope you will subscribe to my channel. Why not? Please give this video a like if you liked it. Share it with somebody who you know who maybe wants to quit or has been thinking about quitting. And leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this and if you have anything to say. And until next time, I will see you Saturday. Bye.